This is the third Deltarune theory I have made so far in my Deltarune theory series. And let's start with the theory. Alright. I believe that there were another roaring before the story of Deltarune had started. Or should say, the loop. Alright, let me start clarifying. Sean in his dialogues had once mentioned there was a timeline in the Dark World where there was chaos that they have seen before the chaos that had happened during King's reign. Some of you might be assuming that this is Jebel, but I refuse to believe so, since there is a specific wording that Rousey says during the Roaring Prophecy that says chaos. I know it's kind of a bit of a long stretch and maybe a coincidence, but I do feel like there was a previous roaring. And if you were to remember one piece of detail that I ever kept talking about in the comics sections during the roaring dialogue, many people have pointed out that the Titans had the save point design. And that actually made me wonder for a bit. There's 3 save loads in Deltarune. At first I thought that was a nice little thing that Toby Fox did, but then I started to wonder more when I learned this new information. Especially from his previous game where Undertale only had 1 save point, and really affected the story from that 1 save point, while Deltarune has 3. And I had a feeling know why he has 3 save points. Not because there's 3 Titans, but the Titans are harnessing the power determinations from these save points, since save points, what I believe to be a concentration of determinations. Almost like a pub for determination. But not only that, I feel like these Titans not only be a collection of despair for every character, but also be a bit of a reflection of what you did in each save point. One particular pattern that many people had noticed in Undertale probably going to be reflected in Deltarune. One's going to be pacifist, one's going to be neutral, and one's going to be aggressive, similar to the party. And how we behave in Deltarune, since we have these 3 options to play in these gameplays. But my final detail is our choices don't matter repetition thing. We know it's an important part of Deltarune, but I feel like this is going to be taken to a next level with the roaring. Imagine this. Right when you finish the game, when you defeat the roaring, the game is brought you back to the beginning. Everything you had worked for, every progress you have done, just to change the fate of the game, had all led you back to the beginning, truly making all your progress worth nothing. Every single decision cannot change the fate of these characters. I actually kind of feel like Chris is not even against us. I feel like he's trying to help us. I had a feeling that Chris, due to Chris' save point detail and theories, is trying to help us change the fate that he tried to change once. Because I have a feeling Chris had seen this before and is waiting for us to realize the same fate that he's stuck in. Which is probably why he hasn't even stopped us when we were doing Snowgrave. He didn't stop us not because some particular detail, because he wants to see what would probably change. He probably even viewing this similar how Flower viewed the world in Undertale. Well, that's enough gibberish from me, but this poorly made theory, but still something worth considering. Well, that's the end of the video.